Hello, beautiful souls. It's Emily with Twins in Union, and I am here today with a Twin Flame Collective reading for us for this full blue moon in Libra. And before I dive in, as always, I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you all so much for your subscribes, your likes, your shares, your wonderful warm comments, your emails, and I especially want to thank everyone who has booked a reading with me and a coaching session with me. It is truly an honor to support you in your journey. And yeah, I'm just so grateful to have you guys in my life and to be doing this work. So thank you so much. So the Libra full moon and the energies going on. Let's talk about that for a little bit here. First of all, March. March has been a very, very challenging month in terms of ascension, and I know for me, it has hit me hard. The first half of the month, I was just really doing a lot of emotional clearing and releasing and transmuting energies, doing a lot of healing. And then when Mercury retrograde came in, I had another wave of stuff come up, and I've just really been feeling the slowing down energy of Mercury retrograde. And, you know, this Aries energy that we're in now too, with the sun in Aries. Aries is in the first house, which is all about the self. So I have really been focusing a lot on self-care and taking some extra time for myself. And I feel like, you know, just getting more rest and, you know, eating well and taking gentle walks in nature, and yeah, just boosting my self-care and taking that time for myself, I think, has been really helpful. So anyway, I just want to say, you know, if March has been a really challenging month for you, then the good news is, you know, we're pretty much done with March. I'm filming this on the 30th of March, so we just have one more day. We're almost done, and April's energies are looking beautiful. So anyway, I just want to say, give yourself a pat on the back. March was a really tough month, but we've made it through. And, you know, like I was saying in my last reading, you know, my guides were showing me that image of the tree where, you know, we've really been working on getting grounded in our physical bodies and releasing all of these lower vibrational aspects in order to receive more and more light. And so, you know, this is really challenging but really powerful and amazing work that we're doing. So just try to keep that in perspective. Now, with the Libra full moon, Libra is all about balance and harmony and beauty and peace. And Libra rules, I believe it's the 7th house, which is all about partnerships and relationships. So, you know, what I'm seeing in the cards here and what I'm feeling in terms of the energy is, you know, there is going to be a lot of balancing energy with this full moon, and balancing of the mind and the heart and the spirit, and, you know, balancing energetically within the union between the feminine and the masculine, and then also really balancing, you know, our own internal feminine and masculine energies. And, you know, all of this balancing is really going to bring a sense of equilibrium and harmony into our connections. And it's a really beautiful and really powerful full moon. The other exciting things about the astrology is this astrology surrounding this full moon is going to really support us in expressing ourselves in a very balanced way and a very authentic way. And also, you know, really coming out kind of energy of just like, this is who I am, and celebrating who we are, and, you know, expressing the truth of who we are, and doing it in a way that is really balanced and beautiful and compassionate. And also, we have Venus moving into Taurus. And Venus is the planet that is all about love and beauty. And so this is going to really help us all wake up to the beauty in our lives, the beauty all around us in nature, and the beauty within our twin flame connections. And, you know, Libra is also ruled by Venus. So Taurus is ruled by Venus and Libra is ruled by Venus. And then we have this Libra full moon, and then we have Taurus moving into Venus. So there's just a lot of this beautiful energy of, you know, love and beauty and, you know, nature. And so it's really nice to see that coming into play with these energies of harmony and union and balance. And the other thing that is interesting with this full moon is it's also bringing balance and kind of like a check and balance between ego-based love and unconditional soul-based, heart-based love. So I feel like anything that, you know, needs to come up from within us that is, you know, this ego-based kind of love is going to need to be released at this full moon, so that we can move more and more into that place of unconditional love and, you know, divine love. So I would say, like, as far as advice for this full moon, just really focus on staying in your center. And regardless of what chaos is happening around you, whether it's like stuff happening with your friends or your family or just the world at large on the political scene or whatever, really find your center and, you know, be like that eye of the storm where you can let the chaos happen all around you, but you are still in a place of inner peace and calm and balance. So just really finding your own equilibrium within the midst of everything that's happening externally. So I pulled a card and I asked Spirit, you know, just show me the overall energy for this Libra blue moon. And I kind of had a little laugh because the card that came up was, see, I hope you guys can see that, the Angel of Balance. So I just thought that that was funny because I can't see very well with, there we go. You know, because Libra is all about balance and harmony, and we see these pyramids in the back, and that's just like that strong foundation and the balance between, you know, the spiritual and the physical and the mental and emotional. So yeah, and she has like this really beautiful blue hue, and we have the moon here in the background, and we have this Libra blue moon. So I just thought that was such a perfect card, obviously. It's like, oh yeah, of course. And then this reminded me too, I have been seeing a lot of the Fleur de Lis symbol coming up, and I've talked to some other twins who have also been seeing it a lot. And one of the things that I saw that I realized, I saw on one of my pillows that I have, and then I have this address book that I bought when I went on a trip to Italy like years ago. And I hope you guys can see that, but it has the Fleur de Lis, and the Fleur de Lis is like a French symbol, and it has like these 3 leaf shapes. And so again, we have this, you know, trinity here, and balance of the soul, the spirit, and the heart, and the mind. So, yeah, I've just been seeing, you know, signs and symbols coming to me with this full moon energy. And I've also been having a lot of dreams with my divine masculine in them this week, so you may have been having really active dream space going on, and I'm seeing some of the energies here in the cards representing some of the energies that were coming through in my dreams. So I'll kind of interweave that as I'm going through the messages here. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really beautiful, possibly intense, but like I was saying, just remember to stay balanced within yourself. But I think it's just really beautiful energies to, you know, take us out of March and into April. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the camera towards the cards and we can start diving into the messages here. So here we go. All right. That looks pretty good, I think. I hope you guys can see that okay. And as always, I will hold up the cards so that you can see them. And let's see, as usual, I have the Divine Masculine's cards over on this side. And then I have the Divine Feminine's cards over on this side. And then the Union energies in the center here. And then I have some advice cards up here. And then I will wrap up with an oracle card from the Wisdom of the Golden Path with some, you know, additional messages from Spirit to help guide us. Let's see. As always, I set the intention for this reading to be for your highest good and the highest good of your beloved and your union. And I also set the intention for you to receive healing from this. So I hope that these messages help bring you clarity and guidance in your journey. Let's see, as far as the decks I'm using, I have these energy oracle cards here from Sandra Ann Taylor, clarifying cards from Doreen Virtue, the Angel Tarot. The advice cards are from the Whispers of Love. And then, like I mentioned, at the end I'll be using the Wisdom of the Golden Path, and that is by Tony Carmine Salerno. Okay, so I think that covers the decks I'm using, and I'm feeling guided to start by sharing the cards that came up on the bottom of the decks. On the bottom of the deck for the Energy Oracle, we have the Goddess of the Moon. And so, of course, we have this beautiful full moon in Libra energy coming through here. So I just feel like, you know, this full moon is going to bring about some truth and some light and some clarity to situations that may have, you know, seemed confusing or, you know, where there was just, you know, things that were unseen that are going to be revealed. And then we also have on the bottom of the Angel Tarot deck, we have the Strength card. And, you know, we have to just remember that we are really strong and we are wired for this mission and for this journey, and we have what it takes to do this. And this is a very strong connection, a very strong bond that cannot be broken. And this is a number 11 card as well, and this is a number 11 year. So all of these energies that are coming about, you know, are really helping us build strength within ourselves and just reminding us to realize how strong we really are. And we are stronger than we even know. And so I feel like this is the message from Spirit here, is just, you know, remember that you are stronger than you give yourself credit for. So just remember how far you've come and how, you know, all of the challenges that you have been through have helped strengthen you. Okay, so I'm going to start over here with the Divine Masculine. And I asked, what is the Divine Masculine thinking regarding his twin flame connection? And we have two cards that came up, and these are absolutely beautiful. We have Door to Spirit and Yin Yang. So what I'm getting with these two cards is that, you know, the Divine Masculine is really awakening on a spiritual level and on a conscious level. This is what he's thinking. So I just feel like a lot of Divine Masculines right now are like moving through this gateway, moving through this portal, moving through this doorway that is opening them up more and more to their spirituality, and you know, where they are able to really see beyond the physical plane. So the Divine Masculine is really awakening to the truth of who he is as a divine being. He is really awakening to his soul's truth around this connection, and he is really thinking about how this connection is real, and this is the real deal. And you know, we have this yin yang here, which is the energy of the union. So I just really feel like, you know, a lot of the Divine Masculines are awakening on a conscious level to the union, and really seeing the beauty of the connection in a way that is very balanced, and you know, that is aligned with the truth of his soul. And you know, so we have this yin yang card, or yin yang, however you want to say it, tomato tomato, and so I just really feel like he is thinking about the connection in a way that is more balanced, and he is starting to, you know, realize that this connection is something that, you know, brings about this feeling of wholeness within him and completeness within him. Not that he needs something outside of himself to make him feel complete, but that it's like, there was a song that was coming to me when I was looking at this card, and it was, I don't know who the artist is, and it's a recent song that I've heard on the radio, but it says, I like me better when I'm with you, or something like that. If somebody knows what song I'm talking about, feel free to post that in the lyrics. Maybe I'll try to look it up and post it below. But yeah, it's something about I like me better when I'm with you. And so I'm just like feeling the energy of that coming through here, where he's just like, you know, this connection and this, you know, person makes me feel good inside and makes me feel whole somehow. And like everything looks beautiful and brighter and better, you know, because of this connection in my life. And yeah, just also, you know, coming into union within himself and feeling more of a balanced feeling within himself, and perceiving the world in a more balanced way, and perceiving this connection in a more balanced way. It's just so beautiful. I just was in awe when these cards came out. Yeah, he's really awakening to this union on a spiritual level and on a conscious level. Yeah, it's just, I'm kind of just in awe right now. So, you know, looking at the numerology, we have a 32 here. So, you know, this is that energy of the divine with the number 3 supporting him in the spiritual awakening. And with the number 2, you know, awakening to the partnership, this divine partnership with his beloved. And with a 22, this is a master number that is a number of the master builder. So this is about building something that is really tangible and has longevity. So this is, thinking long term. The 2 and the 2 add up to a 4, which 4 represents, something really physical and tangible in the earth plane. So what I'm sensing is, and the 32, when we add the 3 and the 2, that adds up to a 5, so that's transformation. So the divine masculine is just really going through this transformation within his mental space around this connection and what it means to him and how he's perceiving it. And, he's really perceiving it in a way that is from a place of balance and wholeness. And really wanting to make it real and realizing this is the real deal. And the clarifying card that came up for these 2 cards is the Emperor. And so, the Emperor is all about, this is like the energy of the divine masculine. The awakened, authentic, grounded, balanced divine masculine. So I feel like, he's thinking about this connection in a way that is, like I was saying, it's very balanced, it's very logical, it's very grounded. And, it's the Emperor, he leads with his heart. So this isn't, this is the awakened divine masculine. It's not the masculine who's still stuck in his ego and, seeing through that lens of, the old template. This is the masculine who has really been through this major transformation and is seeing the world through the eyes of the balanced, grounded, authentic masculine. And so, the Emperor energy is about logic and organization and analyzing things. And, I just get this sense that the divine masculine is really wanting to put together some kind of a really organized, structured, detailed plan and strategy to manifest, this connection, to really, make this union happen in the physical world in a way that it's going to be long-lasting and enduring and, for the long haul. And so he's just, really working on getting clear on how to create a plan to build this dream and make it real. And, how can he take charge of this situation and, be a powerful leader in this situation. And, this is Archangel Michael here. So Archangel Michael is the archangel that is about, courage and strength and, divine protection and also, fulfilling missions. And he oversees the twin flame missions. So I just get this feeling that, it says organization and logic, structure and discipline, and leadership. So this is just so beautiful, to see this happening. And, remember, this is for the divine masculine on a collective level. So these are the collective energies of, the divine masculine energies in the soul group. And so, some divine masculines, they are still going through a spiritual awakening and they're achieving more balance and moving more and more into this Emperor energy. Some might just be at a different place in their journey, but they are all experiencing this to some degree. Some divine masculine are really, stepping into this Emperor energy right now, and they are really ready to take action and, manifest this. Regardless, this is just really beautiful energy for the divine masculine, so it's exciting to see that. Okay, so what is the divine masculine feeling in his heart? another beautiful card. So, and again, these are energies for this Libra full moon leading up to the new moon in Aries. So these energies are going to be playing out, you know, well into April. Or, you know, whenever you are watching this video, then these messages are intended for you whenever you're watching the video. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, so man holding a heart. So he is really feeling his heart now. This is so beautiful and so exciting. The divine masculine is really opening up to, you know, being able to feel his emotions. And for so long, his heart was just shut down, and he had walls all around him and had trouble letting anyone in the walls, and he had trouble expressing himself. And now he is softening in his heart, and his heart is really opening and expanding, and he's really feeling this love, and he's feeling it in a very balanced way. Before, the energy of the connection was so intense, and he didn't know how to deal with that. His heart was not able to process that much energy. But now, you know, he's done a lot of this healing work. He's really worked on dissolving his ego. His heart has been cracked open, and he's done a lot of work and a lot of healing, and he's learned a lot of lessons, and he's grown a lot. So he's really feeling this love for his divine feminine. And it is on a very conscious level now, where he is aware of this truth within his heart. And he really knows, you know, this other person is my person, and this is, you know, this person is involved in my destiny, and this connection is here for a reason. So he really has this clarity in his heart now, and, you know, he's really finding balance. You know, before it was like his emotions were so out of balance, but now, you know, a lot of the confusion has cleared, and, you know, the challenging experiences of the past have, you know, been healed and cleared and released. And it's bringing about this beautiful heart energy. And, you know, this is the masculine here. So it's again, it's that energy of the awakened masculine who is grounded in the truth of who he is and is more able to express how he feels and talk about his emotions in a balanced way. Let's see, the clarifying card that came up with this is the Queen of Earth. So I feel like, you know, this Queen of Earth here is representing the divine feminine, and just clarifying, you know, that the divine feminine is who he is holding this heart for. She is, you know, a presence in his life that is thoughtful, and she's creative, and she's warm, and she helps keep him grounded. And just, you know, she has a very sensible, practical nature about her. So yeah, I just feel like, you know, she is the one who he is holding this heart for. And this is a number 45. So again, that 4 I feel like resonates with the heart chakra energy coming through. And with the number 5, again, that's that change and transformation taking place in his heart. And when we add the 4 and the 5, that adds up to a 9. And, you know, 9 resonates with the energies of compassion and empathy. And so I just feel like the divine masculine is in this place now where he, you know, can be in the connection and, you know, have empathy for the feminine, like be able to feel his feelings and to be able to understand other people's feelings. And, you know, like I said, I was having all of these dreams with my divine masculine this last week. And in one of the dreams, he was, you know, watering his plants. And then he, you know, watered all the plants, and then he started watering the floor and the carpet. And then he had a pet dog. In the dream, he had a pet dog. Well, I don't know, maybe he does have a pet dog now. He didn't the last time I saw him. But anyway, he had a pet dog, and he started watering the dog. And I was just kind of like, why is he watering the floor and his dog and all these things that aren't the plants? And so I was thinking about it, you know, the next day, just kind of journaling and, you know, analyzing the symbolism of the dream. And I was like, oh, you know, water is emotion. And so it was like he was pouring, you know, his emotion into the plants and into his home and into, you know, the dog. And it was just like he was just pouring his emotions out. And then the act of watering things is like nurturing and loving, and it's that feminine energy. And so I just feel like, you know, that was a message collectively for all of the divine masculines, that, you know, their hearts are really opening and they're able to be in the connection in a way that is very nurturing and giving and loving and heart-centered. So this is beautiful energy to see, you know, and like I said, regardless of where you are in your journey and what's happening in your connection right now, these energies are affecting the soul group, and it's going to assist and support with wherever you are in your journey. So it's just really beautiful to see that. And, you know, as more and more twins, you know, move into these powerful energies and come into their unions, then it's going to raise the collective vibration of the whole soul group. So it's just exciting to see, you know, that these energies are here for us and available for us collectively as a soul group. Let's see. Okay, so these next cards here, I asked, what is the personal healing and transformation taking place for the divine masculine at the time of this full blue moon in Libra? And so the card that came up is more heart energy. Woman holding a heart. So what I'm sensing with this card is that, you know, this represents the divine feminine, you know, the beloved of the divine masculine. And I just feel like this is, you know, the divine feminine holding this heart, and she has been there for the divine masculine, holding space for him, sending him love energetically, you know, doing what she can to stay in her heart and to stay in this journey, and, you know, to be a presence, whether energetically or physically, for the divine masculine. And, you know, in the past, there have been things that, you know, like I said, the divine masculine was unable to be in the connection and be fully present from his heart within the connection. So I just get the sense with this card that it's like the divine masculine is wanting to be able to show up for the feminine now, you know, fully present and in his heart, just as she has been doing for him. And he's wanting to repair and restore and amend things with her in order to, you know, bring balance back in the connection. And in the past, you know, the giving and the receiving may have been out of balance. And, you know, where the feminine was, you know, again, whether it's actually on a physical level or just energetically, you know, in some way there was an imbalance of giving and receiving between the two. And so I feel like, you know, the healing and the transformation taking place for the divine masculine has to do with restoring balance within the connection through this giving and receiving. And, you know, it's like that dream. It's like he's wanting to be able to give and to nurture and to do that from his heart now. And he's honoring and recognizing that that was out of balance before. And so he's really wanting to feel good about things in the connection and successful about things in the connection. And the clarifying card that came up was the Wheel. So, you know, it's about moving forward and, you know, gaining this sense of accomplishment and success and equality and balance and, you know, mending things and just wanting to approach her in a way, you know, that feels balanced and in a way that isn't going to trigger and bring up a bunch of stuff from the past, but just making amends and restoring harmony. And, you know, from that place, being able to really move forward and, you know, heal the relationship. And the Wheel card is destiny. So it's like, you know, moving forward towards destiny, towards the truth of what this connection is. It says, a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. And we have Archangel Michael here again. So we have Archangel Michael showing up here in the Emperor card. And then we have Archangel Michael showing up in the Wheel card. And we have two major arcanas. And, you know, this one is all about making things real in the physical world in a really logical, structured, organized leadership kind of a way. And then, you know, with the 10 and the Wheel, it's about, you know, coming to a completion, a resolution, bringing it to, you know, this full culmination point and, you know, restoring harmony, restoring balance, and then moving forward towards something positive. And, you know, like I was saying, towards something that is going to be building on something that's real, something that's tangible, something that's, you know, going to be there for the long haul. So this isn't just, you know, hey, let's get together for coffee and then you don't hear anything for 2 weeks or a month, or, you know, this is saying, yes, I see this connection, I see the truth, I'm ready to restore harmony and balance, and I'm ready to move forward in a way that is going to bring something real, like the real deal, you know, and build and grow and build and grow, and not just something that's going to be a fling. So, yeah, I'm just, you know, like, when these cards were coming out, I was just really kind of speechless and just like, wow, this is so beautiful and this is so amazing. So, yeah, and, you know, I see with this card too, it's a 44, so, you know, this number 4 is showing up a lot, and April is the 4th month of the year, and, you know, that number 4 is about that earth energy, and, you know, we're moving into spring, and the earth is coming back to life, and it's about making it physical, making it tangible, making it real, and we have, you know, 2 4s here, and then when we add up the 4s, we get a number 8. And the 8 is a number of success. And I just feel like that's, the healing and the transformation that's taking place for him is just, how can I, restore balance and feel a sense of success and accomplishment and like feel good about this connection, because things in the past weren't feeling so good. Things were challenging, things were confusing. There was a lot of learning and growing and figuring out stuff. And, now it's just like, how can I restore this balance in a way that feels good and that I can feel good about this connection? And 44 is an angel number, so I just feel like there is a lot of divine support here, and we have a major arcana here. So, these are powerful energies that are happening right now, that are destined. So just absolutely beautiful, beautiful energies. Okay, so, wow. So that's the divine masculine. And so let's take a look at the divine feminine and what's going on. So what is the divine feminine thinking at the time of this full moon in Libra? And we have Magician and the Mirror. So, I feel like the divine feminine is also starting to think in a really balanced way. And, in the yin-yang card, we have, the two parts coming together. We have the white swirl, which represents the feminine, and then we have the fiery masculine swirl, and they're coming together, and it's like this stellar collision. And, it's balance, it's harmony. They are no longer distorted. They are, balanced within themselves, and they can come together and fit together perfectly. And, now the Magician in the Mirror showing up here for the feminine, we have the flame that he's holding in one hand, and then we have this blue, watery yin. So we have the masculine, fiery flame, and the watery blue feminine yin in the other hand. So the Magician is balancing and studying, this masculine energy and this feminine energy here. And, we need to have these two energies balanced within us in order to, be, like I was saying, to be able to fit together like the two perfect puzzle pieces. And so I feel like the divine feminine is really, balancing her inner masculine and feminine energies, just like the masculine is really balancing his inner feminine and masculine energies. And, this, when we can bring the feminine and the masculine energies within us together, we have creation. And then, we bring in the divine with that. And so we're channeling that, divine energy, that source energy, and utilizing, our masculine and feminine energies within us. And that is where manifestation and creation comes from. So the divine feminine is, also thinking about the connection in this more balanced way. Her own inner feminine and masculine energies are balancing and harmonizing. And, she is also really seeing her own power within herself to, create and manifest and build a life of her dreams. Yeah, so this is 53 in terms of the numerology, and that number 5 again represents positive change and transformation, and the 3 represents bringing in, that third energy, that source energy, to assist her in manifesting and creating and building her dreams and her goals. And the clarifying card that came up with this is interesting because it's the 5 of Earth, And, you know, the Five of Earth is like the Five of Pentacles. And in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's like an old man and woman, and he's on crutches, and they're like outside of a cathedral. And you can see the stained glass windows shining warm light inside of the cathedral, and they're out in the cold. So it's that energy of like lack and feeling left out in the cold and feeling wounded and I'm the victim and all of that. And so I feel like what Spirit is saying with this Five of Earth card to clarify the Magician in the Mirror is it's a message to the feminine to remember you have everything inside of you that you need to manifest this union, to manifest your dreams, to manifest your heart's desires. It's all there. You have all the resources available to you. So, you know, I feel like the Divine Feminine has come a really, really long way in moving out of this energy of, you know, lack and not having abundance and feeling left out in the cold and feeling sorry for herself or self-pity kind of energy or I'm the victim kind of energy. It's like releasing all of that and just being like, you know, no, you know what? I'm an amazing divine feminine being, and I'm powerful, and I have what it takes to manifest my dreams, and I'm gonna go for it. And I just feel like a lot of divine feminine are stepping into their mission. They are aligning with their soul's purpose. They are, you know, starting new businesses that are aligned with their mission, or looking for new work that is aligned with their mission, or expanding in their work or their mission. Like, they're making things happen. And this is beautiful energy to see here. And, you know, when we add the 5 and the 3, that adds up to an 8. And that is all about, you know, that energy of success and abundance and prosperity. So I just feel like the feminine is going to be really moving into a beautiful energy with this full moon, a really creative energy. So if you are feeling creative, this is a good full moon to get creative with your hands. So if you enjoy some kind of crafting or Reiki work or massage or, you know, gardening or baking or painting or whatever you love to do with your hands, this full moon is a really good time to, you know, do something creative with your hands. Okay. So let's see, what is the divine feminine feeling in her heart? And we have caring connections. So beautiful heart energy showing up here for the divine feminine as well. And I see this card as being like the 2 of Cups in this deck. And so I just feel like the divine feminine is really, you know, feeling this desire for deepening her connection with her divine masculine and deepening the love and deepening the intimacy and really wanting this union to come together and, you know, really wanting it on a physical level. And this is a number 14, so, you know, that number 1 representing a new beginning and the number 4 representing the physical, the earth plane. So it's like, you know, she's really wanting to see this union have this new beginning so that this intimacy can grow and deepen. And this is a number 5 when we add the 4 and the 1, so it's change and transformation taking place in the heart space that can help cultivate this deeper connection. And this had 2 clarifying cards that came up with it, which were important messages, I feel, from Spirit. So we have Ego and 4 of Fire. So, you know, in terms of the Caring Connections card, I feel like the Ego card is a heads up from Spirit, like an advice card. reminding the divine feminine, you know, to not get stuck in ego in this connection. You know, in terms of the astrology, we have like 8 planets in cardinal signs right now. There's also some like Black Moon Lilith influence going on. And, you know, this cardinal energy is very headstrong. And it's like, I have a goal and I want it now, and I'm going to do what I have to do, like taking control, taking charge from like this headspace kind of place. Kind of like a bulldozing, you know, like energy, or just stubborn energy. And like I'm hearing the phrase, is it like, what's more important to you? Is it more important at the end of the day? Is it more important for you to be right, or is it more important for you to be happy? And, you know, that leads me to this other card. It's the Four of Fire, which is like the Four of Wands, which is all about joy and fulfillment and stability and, you know, peace and abundance. So I just feel like Spirit is saying, you know, don't let your ego and your stubbornness and, you know, your strong ideals and strong ideas get in the way of this Four of Fire energy that is available to you. You know, don't let the ego prevent you from being able to enjoy this peace and harmony and joy and beauty and abundance. And it says contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. You know, and yeah, like we want this union to come together, and we've been so patient and we've been working so hard, and, you know, but, you know, like, look at how amazing these energies are for the masculine. And like I said, regardless of where you are in your journey, things are happening. And, you know, it's like Spirit's just saying you have a choice here. And are you going to let your ego block you from accessing this energy, or are you going to choose this energy? And, you know, maybe the moon will help you release some of this ego if that's some of, you know, what's coming up for you that needs to come up to be released. But it's just, you know, a heads up and something to be mindful of. We all have this going on, you know, and we have to like keep it in check. So I just feel like, you know, Spirit's giving us a little advice there to just be mindful of that, and know that the energies right now and the astrology right now could bring some of that ego energy back up. So, you know, it's just being mindful of it and bringing it into your awareness, and, you know, not letting it rob you from being in this energy, you know, because this is ultimately the energy that we want to enjoy. So, okay, so what is the personal healing and transformation taking place for the feminine at the time of this full moon in Libra? And I thought this was really interesting. It's the thinking man. So I was kind of like, what is Spirit saying with the thinking man for the feminine's, you know, personal healing and transformation? And, you know, I think the clarifying card is really helpful with this one. The clarifying card is the moon. So, you know, I'm feeling like this kind of ties in with what I was just saying about that ego card too, that, you know, this full moon is going to assist the divine feminine in releasing, you know, whatever fears and worries and concerns and doubts need to come up to be released, if they are there and they're needing to be healed. And that's going to help the divine feminine move into a place of being able to, you know, balance her inner divine masculine energy and be able to, you know, look at the connection, just like this masculine is looking at this clear quartz crystal. And she's going to be able to see the connection from a really balanced place, a really logical place, a really grounded place, a place, you know, where it's like her emotions are in check and her emotions are stable and balanced, and she's, you know, really balanced in her mind. I'm thinking of that Fleur de Lis again. So it's, you know, creating that balance on a mental level, on an emotional level, and within the soul. And so just helping her be able to look at the connection, just as this masculine is, in a way that is crystal clear and still and grounded, and like that high priestess energy. Only this is a masculine, I guess, so more like high priest energy within herself. And, you know, just be like, you know, looking at it as an observer and not be like overly attached to it, which is that ego energy, being so overly attached to it and overly attached to the physical. You know, looking at what is happening in the 3D and being really strongly invested in what's happening in the 3D. But instead, this is, you know, looking from that higher perspective and observing and having clarity and balance and logic, not getting too overly caught up in the emotional side. Let's see, and the Moon card says, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. And, you know, this is a number 18 card, and we're in 2018, and this is the energy of this year, is really, you know, doing a lot of that, releasing fears and working with our intuition, expanding our psychic abilities. And this is a number 9, and this adds up to a number 10. So I think that, you know, whatever this healing and transformation is that's taking place for the feminine at this full moon, it's going to really bring about a completion. Just like, you know, over here for the divine masculine, for his healing and transformation, we had a number 8 card and a number 10 card. So it's, you know, and that's what full moons are about. Full moons are about things coming to a culmination point. You know, the moon is at its fullest, biggest peak in its cycle. So it's like everything kind of rising to this full culmination point, and, you know, then the moon will start to move towards the new moon, and things will start to calm down again, and then a whole new cycle will start. So anyway, I just feel like this is going to be some kind of a culmination and completion for the divine feminine. Okay, so let's look at the union. So for the union energy, we have Healer of the Ages. So I think this is just an absolutely beautiful card to see as the union energy, because this card is all about healing. And you know, the energy of the union is, I just feel like this moon is bringing about so much healing energy, and it's, you know, in order to restore this balance within our connections and within ourselves, there is healing that is coming about. That is a very profound healing, and it's this healing that comes through this ascension process. It's healing that comes from awakening to these higher levels of consciousness and moving into these greater places of like understanding and wisdom. And so, you know, whatever aspects of your union that have been stuck or blocked or, you know, stagnant, are going to be like energetically unstuck and unblocked, and this healing is going to come about that's going to, you know, revitalize and restore and harmonize this connection, and it's going to do it on this mental, emotional, and physical level. So yeah, so this healing is just going to help in bringing this balance into our connections, this harmony. And yeah, it's just kind of like this energy of like hitting the restart button or hitting the reset button. It's just kind of like refreshing. I'm just like seeing that image coming to me right now of like refreshing your computer. So yeah, just hitting the reset button, wiping the slate clean, having a fresh start, forgiveness, understanding, bringing things back into balance. You know, that's that number 6. This is a 51. So, you know, the number 5 is this transformation that is going to take place. That is, you know, an alchemical change within the connection that's going to, you know, create this new beginning with that number 1 there. And, you know, move into that place of like that balanced giving and receiving, and you know, that's that union energy, that unconditional love energy. So yeah, you know, from this kind of beautiful divine healing that's coming about, it's that place of wholeness and health and vitality and eternal unconditional love. Okay, so then there were 3 clarifying cards that came up for this. Oh, and I'm just noticing too, we have the 2 twin flames here and this beautiful divine light worker healer figure in the middle. So there were 3 clarifying cards that came up for this healer of the ages. And I just really feel like I'm noticing there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas in this. And then, you know, we have, oh, and then we have the strength card. So that's another one. So these are big energies coming through here. And like I said, I feel like these energies are really going to carry on into April. At least up to the new moon in Aries. And then we've got the moon card here, and we've got the moon card here. And then I see there's a moon here. And then we've got like this circular round moon shape here. So, oh, and then the partial moon here. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at the spread as a whole and just feeling how powerful the energies are. But anyway, so getting back to these 3 clarifying cards. So we have 9 of water, 2 of water, and the Empress. So 9 of water is basically saying that whatever the healing is that is coming about in your union is going to, you know, it says a wish comes true, concerns fade away, a love of life. So whatever healing comes about within the connection, it's going to help wipe away the worries and the doubts and the fears and the concerns, and, you know, like that energy of the revitalizing and the refreshing energy I was talking about from the healing. It's just going to like put a spring in your step again and, you know, bring about this vitality that's just like, you know, life is good again. We've been through so much, and we've been through a hard winter, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, and we're ready for this fresh new beginning, this revitalizing, this spring in our step. And this healing is going to help bring that about. And then we have the 2 of water, which is, you know, like the 2 of cups. And it says a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. So I just feel like whatever differences or whatever conflicts there were in the past, this is like coming together eye to eye and seeing eye to eye, finding that equality and restoring that harmony and finding that balance, softening those rough edges, and, that healing, soft, heart-centered, gentle energy. It's the lovers coming together, and it's like that energy that love wins and love transcends all of, our differences and all of our arguments and all of our conflicts and all of the pain from the past. It transcends all of that. Love is like the ultimate healer. And the other clarifying card is the Empress. And, the Empress is, she embodies this energy that is like this energy of springtime, of like giving birth. And, spring is the rebirth after the death. And we're celebrating, well, depending on what your religious beliefs are, if you are, in an organized religion, if you are Christian or of some kind of a, Christian-based faith, this time of year we celebrate Easter, which is, honoring and recognizing the crucifixion and the rising of Jesus. And, that is symbolic for all of us of the death and the rebirth. And that is what ascension is we're going through cycles of death, and then we are rising like the phoenix from the ashes. We are, revitalized and renewed, and we are growing. And, since the day we were born, we've been going through cycles of death and rebirth throughout our life. And, and then there's, the spring equinox is associated with Ostara, and then there's the goddess Esther. And so, Easter comes from Esther, from the goddess Esther. So anyway, there's a lot of different ways you can look at this energy, and it's all really beautiful. And basically the energy is about this rebirth, this new beginning, this fresh start. It says lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. So it's about learning to love ourselves and nurture ourselves, as well as nurturing our connection. So this is just really, really beautiful energy to see coming about as a result of this healing work. Okay, so I have a couple of relationship advice cards here, and then we will wrap up with the oracle cards. So, for the Divine Masculine, the romantic advice is embrace your emotions. And I feel like that just perfectly ties in with this man holding a heart. And, this card is all about the masculine, feeling comfortable within his emotional body and being able to express how he feels in a way that is balanced and grounded and authentic. And it says, don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. And, I think we all have like that inner critic inside of us that judges our emotions and tells us, don't feel this, don't feel that. It's bad to feel this way, you should feel that way, So this is just saying, whatever emotions are coming up for you, then let yourself feel that. And I feel like this is a really good message for, the feminine and the masculine to just embrace your emotions, and it's only from conditioning and from this belief that we have about, what is good and what is bad. And so if we can transcend, thinking, oh, this emotion is a good, happy is a good emotion, but anger is a bad emotion. You know, that's a judgment. And so we have to really release those judgments about our emotions and just observe them and say, oh, I'm noticing I feel really, really happy right now. Like, this is wonderful. Oh, I'm noticing I feel really angry right now, and I need to go beat a pillow, or I need to go scream in my car, or, you know, and just let yourself embrace your emotions. It's like, this is part of what makes the human experience a gift and so beautiful. We have access to this beautiful spectrum of all of these different emotions, and it's part of what makes us human. And, you know, our humanness is just as beautiful as our spiritual aspects of ourselves. So, yeah, so very nice, Divine Masculine. Keep working with this beautiful heart energy that's opening up inside of you and embracing that. And it's such a beautiful part of who you are, and your Divine Feminine absolutely loves this part of you. So, you know, keep working with that. Okay, and then for the Divine Feminine, we have love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So this is a really good message for the feminine who has been, you know, on this long marathon with lots of spiritual endurance. And this is just Spirit encouraging you to just keep going. Don't give up. Stay in your faith. We see there's a moon here, this full moon. And if you have been feeling challenged with your faith, which, you know, like I said, March was a challenging month, and I know for me and a lot of other twins that I have been in touch with, you know, it has challenged our faith. And I just posted a video on how to stay strong in your faith with some tips. So, you know, if faith has been something that you've been feeling challenged by, you might want to check out that video. It's been getting some really good comments and reviews, so it might just give you some inspiration and some encouragement and some strength. But yeah, love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So stay strong. Okay. Let's see. Now I will wrap up with the oracle messages to just pull the reading together. So I have one for the masculine and one for the feminine, and the masculine received love. So there's a really big message here. You know, we have this man holding a heart, woman holding a heart, which I'm just realizing too, this is so beautiful. We have the counterparts here, both showing up together, 44, 45. Man holding a heart, woman holding a heart. So this to me is kind of like King of Cups and Queen of Cups. So it's the masculine and the feminine coming together, opening up their hearts to each other, expressing themselves from their hearts in a balanced way and in an authentic way, and just being in this energy of the two hearts coming together in union, whether that's energetically or physically. It's just so beautiful to see that. And so now we have love coming up again. And this is reminding me too, like, I pulled the cards for this reading yesterday and went to wash dishes in my kitchen after I pulled the reading, and the song from the Beatles came into my head, and it was the one that's love, love, love. And if I could sing, I would sing it, but I'm not going to try to sing it. I'm not a singer, but yeah, it's just that beautiful love, love, love energy, and it's the energy of loving yourself and accepting yourself. And I'm feeling that coming through a lot with this card for the masculine. He is, through this connection is helping him learn to love himself and accept who he is. And it's through his love for himself and coming into acceptance within himself and balance within himself, that is what is, you know, allowing him to be in this energy of love in the connection. So I'm going to read from the book, and you can see what this says. Oh, this is a pretty quote too. It says, music in the soul can be heard by the universe. So that just makes me think of that Beatles song once again. Okay, let's see. It says, an angel surrounds you with her wings of light. She is here to remind you that there is more to life than your achievements, degrees, and possessions. She would like to help you reconnect with your true nature and rediscover a healthier, more sensitive, and loving you. Your soul is full of infinite light, beauty, and creative energy. Through being aware of your spiritual nature, you connect to your true and infinite nature and experience a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose. Connecting with your true essence is a profound and sacred experience. You may feel overwhelmed by joy at times. Let every feeling surface and express all you feel in some way. Through the process of reconnecting and rediscovering the real you, life and all around you transforms in a most positive way. And the affirmations for this card are, I reconnect with my true nature. My true nature is to be full of joy and love. My true nature is infinity, beautiful, and I think that's supposed to be infinitely. Let me reread that. My true nature is infinitely beautiful and infinitely creative. So I just feel like this is a really beautiful and powerful message for the masculine from Spirit that ties in with, you know, the advice about embracing your emotions and the man holding a heart. Just, you know, Spirit letting you know that there is so much more to life than, you know, all of your physical successes and achievements and accomplishments and how much money you have in the bank and how many degrees you have behind your name and what your title is. Like, all of that, you know, not that those things aren't nice, but, you know, what Spirit's message here is that, you know, the essence of who you are and the beauty of who you are and all of your emotions are part of who you are, and that those are just as valuable and just as beautiful, and to embrace, you know, these beautiful aspects of all of who you are and let your heart just open. And like I was saying, it's about being comfortable in your emotional body. So really beautiful guidance there for the masculine. And where did I put the card for the feminine? Oh, here it is. It says, I am balance, which I thought was just so perfect. Once again, we have this blue full moon in Libra, and like literally, this is a blue full moon showing up in this card. So I will read for the message here for the feminine. It says, negative thoughts and self-criticism are diminishing your sense of worth, and as such, you do not see the beautiful and unique qualities that you possess. At the core of your being, you hold endless love and creative possibility. Love and creativity are your true nature. The things that you don't like about yourself, believe to be bad, or are ashamed of, are as good and valuable as the things that you do like about yourself. Everything in our world consists of complementary opposites. Yin and yang, or positive and negative charges, are a necessary part of life and exist in everyone and everything. Without this, nothing in our world would exist. In rejecting aspects of yourself, you are, in a way, rejecting the whole nature of existence. It is only through embracing and loving yourself totally that the balance can be restored. You do not need to improve in order to be successful and happy. You just need to change the perceptions you have of yourself. Love and accept yourself as you are, and your life will automatically transform. You do not need to change who you are, you just need to love yourself. And that is just so beautiful. The affirmations are, I love and accept all of me. I love and accept the world as it is. There is nothing to change. There is only love. So, this is really tying in with, what I was saying earlier about embracing all of our emotions and, this message for the masculine about judging our emotions. And, this is embracing all of our shadow aspects of ourselves and embracing all of the light aspects of ourselves, embracing all of the human aspects of ourselves and embracing all of the spiritual aspects of ourselves and seeing them all as like, okay, and we are, perfectly imperfect. That's part of what being human is embracing all of our flaws and embracing all of our beauty and loving all of it. So that's a beautiful message for the feminine. So I hope that this reading was helpful for you and brought you some clarity and guidance. If you would like to have a personal reading, I have a reading that's just like this that I do that's an hour long, where I can help you, see the energies taking place in your own connection with your beloved. And I also have other readings at different price points. You can, find one that works for you, and I would be happy to support you in your twin flame journey. So I'm wishing you all a beautiful, blessed full moon in Libra, and if you do celebrate Easter, I hope that you have a very happy Easter. All right, take care. Bye-bye.